the name of it. I think that's where we got that. Let me see what it tells me.
I'm trying to find something over. Terry's got pain in his knee.
Melaleuca.
Melaleuca?
I think it's where we got that. We signed on and they said it's all organic. And finally I said,
Yeah, water hoses got ran.
they're not what they say they are. So we called them and told them, hey, you're not selling organic, you're selling drug company stuff. Well, we're sorry about that, but that's the way it is. And I said, then we want off your
List.
list.
Oh, so it's not organic then, huh? So, I was reading about this. Is this pretty good stuff? Chickweed?
Mm-hmm.
Is it?
They banned the sale of that. You know why?
Why?
Some people were doing research with chickweed and cancer.
Ah. So you can't buy it now because they don't want you to cure
Well,
it.
they take it off the shelves when they find it.
Ah. Terry's sister has uterine cancer, third stage.
What is it?
The ovarian cancer.
Okay, she would need what we call G37.
G37.
Which one of your sisters is that?
It's Terry's sister, my husband's sister.
Oh, Terry's sister.
And his oldest, next to the oldest sister.
Is she taking chemo?
Mm-hmm.
Well, gonna have a hard time with that because most people die from chemotherapy.
Yeah, I got a PDF on it.
Yeah, I know. But you can't tell her that, because she
Well,
doesn't
they're
believe
good
in any of this
salespeople.
stuff. Huh?
Those people are good salespeople.
The
Oh, I know.
oncologist. Yeah.
If you don't take this, you're gonna die in 2 weeks but if you'll take our chemo, we'll guarantee you another 18 months.
Yeah.
And they
Yeah.
die in 30 days, a lot of them. I had 2 guys come at once, good friends. I've known both of them for 30 years or so, and both had lung cancer, heavy smokers and that. And I said to them both, I said, whatever you do, don't take chemo. I said, chemo causes cancer. Chemo is a poison and destroys good cells along with bad, and you'll die of chemotherapy poisoning.
Yeah, well, there's supposed to be a protein that the cancer cells eject when exposed to chemo that fuels cancer growth. I think it was the Swedes that...
I
that
wouldn't
paper.
believe them if they were standing on a stack of Bibles. They have lied so much about cancer. They say, a little more money for research and we will.
Yeah,
They
that
know the
could be a
cure for
pitfall.
cancer as well as I do.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not the smartest kid on the block. But in 10 days' time, with our G37, that cancer will be dead and
Gone.
mostly out of her body.
So you have it here?
Yes.
Where's it at? Is it up here?
Let me look. No.
No.
Here's my article on how the chemo makes it worse. And I've got my Zyto software opened up too. It's my custom libraries of frequencies
chemo
and,
don't
and
just
that.
kill bad cells. It
It
kills
kills-
the good ones too.
Yeah. But I can't tell her anything because she won't listen,
No. I tell people I'd hate to be in the used car business against them.
Yeah.
They're such good salesmen, they'll talk you into killing yourself.
Oh, I know it. But then she got hooked up to a place in Illinois, and they're telling her that she's got to go all organic, with her food. And so, because of the pesticides and everything, so anyway, so she's...
That's a start.
Yeah. And so she's trying to go all organic and everything, but the thing of it is that she's still doing the chemo and...
Yeah, I've told people, and they'd come and see me until they die. I just say, You know, chemo will kill you.
Yeah.
I had a girl from Cedar Spring come up. Joe Rogers brought her up. He knew her for years. And so when Joe brought her up, I said to her, "Are you through with chemo?" And she said, "Yes, they won't give me any more." I said, "Then I will treat you." And 2 or 3 months later, she come back and said, "Well, they checked me and said my cancer is doing so good now, they're going to give me more chemo." Guess who died?
Yeah.
She did.
My cancer is doing so good that you're going to give me more? Oh, my gracious. I'm like, will this work for pain on knees?
What is this stuff? Pain and Painatate. Pain relief cream. Hold it up to you. Let me see.
I want to use it for Terry. Oops.
For Terry?
Yeah.
Okay. Just say that you are Terry.
Okay, I am Terry Powell.
Keep going.
Will this cream be good for my knees?
No.
No?
What's his pain?
I don't know. The doctors can't find nothing wrong with him. They don't know what it is. They told him now it's in his head.
Well, you know, they'll send him to every specialist there is because that's milking the system.
Yeah.
He's got good insurance,
Mhm.
so
It's right back here, Max. It's only at night.
right here.
Yeah, it's right back here.
Okay. I have a pain reliever in the other room that I'll go get.
And you just can't. He's
And-
up
and
all night.
It's,
Yeah.
it's good enough that I use it before I go to bed
Mhm.
because I have pain in my muscles and tendons from here to my hip after I had cancer in that hip joint.
Mhm.
The cancer's gone for a long time, but
I remember you when you were going through that.
and there's if I feel I can find, but I find that we have what we call that taser laser,
Mhm.
and we use that, and that is starting to get rid of it.
Is it?
We have them to rent to see if you want to buy one, and
Oh,
so
okay.
forth. But we have some. Let me go get that other tube of stuff.
Okay.
Oh, let me get this. It'll go on its own here a little bit.
I can't believe he drew this on the P3 Pro.
Huh?
Look, he drew this on the P3 Pro.
Oh.
And then he said it took away the electromagnetism, which... Oh, Jimmy's gonna love that one.
Well, a little better every day, but not fast enough.
Oh, I know. Where's she have it at?
What's that?
The shingles. Where did she have it at?
Around here to her back.
Oh.
And she,
Cause nerve damage yet?
well, we went to that laser clinic in Myrtle Beach, and they helped a lot. But like I said, it was expensive, and it was 20 minutes a day, 3 and 4 days a week for $4,000 for 7 weeks.
$4,000 for the total 7 weeks?
There you go.
Well, only once a day.
20 minutes.
but it was sometimes only 2 times a week.
Plus your hotel room, plus all your food.
Oh yeah, but we got rid of the winter.
Do you have one of the duplicators here? You gotta have, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted to show him that machine you made that you stand before, that you made, that one that you.
The duplicator interests me because I made a remedy with the Zyto, which I question if it, the remedies work too much for it, but Paul seemed to do really well with it. And he said he used your duplicator to just make more of it. And then he never saw me again. But he said he's doing okay.
My duplicator is on the other side of the wall.
Yeah.
I'll show you. Here.
All right.
Go grab it. It's on the far end of my workbench.
Oh, it's just a little thing.
Yeah.
We can grab it.
Yeah, he said you can grab it.
Do you want me to unplug it?
Yeah,
Or?
just unplug it right there.
Yeah.
You can bring it in.
Okay. Is this at all like the Hieronymus machine, or
What's that?
is that at all like the Hieronymus machine?
I don't know what it's like.
Okay.
All I know is this is the way I set it.
Okay.
And I set it to copy or to boost. Now, I turn this on, and if I want to treat myself, I can do this.
And that boost?
Whoop, pushed the wrong one. No,
So you like your right hand on the input?
There I
and-
go. Here's the input.
Yeah.
In a little bit, I'll get treated on the output. See?
Really?
See?
Yeah.
Now, I also have an imprinter. That's, Julie has it. She wanted to have all that where she can have it to sell, you know how that is.
Mm-hmm.
But in 7 or 8 seconds, whatever you put here is over here.
Yeah.
And then this goes to a batch plate
Oh, yeah.
where you can put a gallon or 6 pints or
Okay. Yeah.
pints on it. And
You could do poison ivy. I saw like anything you want, basically.
yep.
Yeah.
We sell a few of those. In the beginning, we sold a lot of them, but then you get the market full, as you know.
Yeah.
But now we're getting more people interested in,
That's a $600 device, the duplicator, right?
yes.
Yeah.
I've had that one forever. Okay.
What's that machine that you stand in front of that you made? That has that like it sparks and whatever.
Oh, I haven't got it fixed.
Oh, it's okay. Go ahead.
Yes, I'm around. What do you need?
I see he's got him on
Well,
here.
you look good to me.
What does that mean?
Omega.
Omega?
Well,
That's what that
this
means?
morning it was
Pretty
frosty up here. It's you're free of blood clots, you're free of kidney stones, free of gallstones. You're doing pretty good, Janice.
He also does.
Well, come on up. We'll share body heat.
Well, if he's that
Build a
sensitive,
fire.
Huh?
if he's that sensitive,
Okay.
and there's a lot of sensitive people around here, flip on the
buddy.
P3 Pro and people go nuts.
Mm-hmm. You're pretty good with that. Your finger.
Muscle test?
Yeah.
If you can't muscle test, you're at a pretty bad advantage.
Well, you know, I can never figure. Okay, so yes, when I muscle test, it's sticky.
If it's yes, it's sticky.
And if it's
If it's
no, it
it's
slides.
slippery.
Yeah.
Now, there people do this.
Yeah, some people
People
do.
do this.
Right.
But you should keep your other fingers away and just.
Yeah, don't put other fingers on it.
Okay. Julie does it with a piece of paper, and Terry does it with a piece of
Terry
paper.
does piece of paper.
Yeah, and then
Well, that's how the radionics work. It's the stick plate.
yeah.
What's this?
Radionics. You work with a stick plate as you adjust the rate limiting knobs on the device. So there's a witness plate that you'd put your item that you want to develop a frequency quotes for, but the frequency is not always related in hertz. It's just a resistance rate. Your body's the whole circuit, and you just adjust these dials as you're moving your finger around the stick plate. Is what it's called, and when it sticks, you've got the dial on the right place, and then you go to the next dial.
Yeah. I do 11,300,000 checks of the person in 3.5 minutes.
Yeah, that's
It goes here and comes out your toe, or whatever way you want to do it, but it does it all. Okay, who do I want to run? You?
Terry.
Terry.
Mhm.
Okay. Let's see about Terry. We'll start off with Terry Powell. R.S. O.P. I'm way ahead of him.
How many people you got now in there?
And this one only got 300.
Do you?
But the other one I got 1,300 in
Yeah.
that one. Terry F. Powell. Is that him?
Terry P.
I got Terry F.
No, probably him.
Let me, what?
Probably him.
Well, we'll see. Born in Mount Pleasant,
Yep.
lives in Caledonia.
Yep.
Okay.
I told the last lady that the indigo on me that's important for magic, knowing where someone's born.
What's that?
If you're gonna perform magic on someone, you need to know what time they were born, when they were born, what where they were born too.
That's a computer figure.
Yeah.
Oh, they got more hoops to jump through.
Well, hi, hon. How are you?
Fine. Well, how-
No.
Oh.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Did you pick up my medicine?
What's in the car? On the
Okay,
front
I'll go
seat.
get it. I'll go get it.
That's all right. So, how long has she had it now?
She's had shingles that September.
That's
They
a
were
long.
bad. They put her on oxycodone for a while. Because of the pain. And we finally got her off that, and she had a few weeks of withdrawal.
Yeah. Oxycodone, that's such nasty, nasty stuff.
Yes,
Can get you really hooked fast.
you could be.
Our pastor's wife was on it, and she had an accident,
And to get off from it, you should cut it in half,
Yeah,
and
that's
cut
what
it
she
in
was-
half, and then cold turkey the rest of it.
yeah, that's what she did. She had to start just reducing it, and but she got in a really bad accident, and they gave it to her for pain, and boy, I tell you, she just had a terrible time, but now she's free of it, but
This is working remotely right now, the indigo, right?
Not yet.
Not yet.
I'm just getting into Terry to do some. some checking.
See what's wrong with his knees.
Mm.
What he can come up with. How come you put these on here, Max?
Well, just to show people it gives off no negative radiation. See?
Oh.
I wouldn't expect
See-
it to
see
give off
this?
any.
Mm-hmm. Just by putting that on there.
That stops it.
You know, my
How does that have any radiation though? Because it doesn't get any power.
Who says it don't?
Just common
Does that
sense.
floor have any power to it?
No.
Not well. It has.
It's connected to a huge dynamo
Right.
spinning at 1,000 miles an hour at the equator. Right?
Right.
And you got these lines of force.
But how does that relate with your machine? I mean, there's no direct energy pumping into that from like a wall outlet or a source like that.
How about this line here goes to it?
That's like 3.5 amps, which are it's like taking.
Not 3.5 amps. Be that many volts, maybe.
Yeah, it's very small, and a lot of that's taken up by the LEDs. And I know everything's got potential energy. There's enough energy in a coffee cup
see?
to
See
boil
you?
the oceans.
See, give me your left or right hand. And I'm going to discharge her.
that goes clockwise when you
Counterclockwise from
Counterclockwise.
my side.
oh, from your side. Okay.
See, I can't spin that anymore. And, see, no more negative energy. Now, to do this, you grab a faucet or a water pipe and just...
To get grounded, right? Or
Yeah.
I like how your house is in, it's egg shape basically, or dome. And were you doing that for like sacred geometry reasons, or?
Well, I built this way because it was energy efficient.
Right.
Before the price of energy went way up, our gas bill for the coldest month of that year was $58.
Holy cow.
Why? Because it bounces off.
Well, there's a certain amount of movement of
Oh,
air
I see. So it goes in a
Yeah.
circular. I see.
And you'd be surprised, the engineers tried to tell me how to build this. And I said, no, it's all designed, it'll do that without a fan. Well, you better get a 200,000 furnace. I got a 60,000 BTU furnace.
Mm.
And it stays the same
Yeah.
temperature all the time.
Yeah.
I've wanted a dome house forever. They have like the hempcrete that they're using now. And you can't even burn the places down.
I don't
They're
know,
quite
I
good.
suppose.
Yeah.
But a Category 5 hurricane, I bet, would still raise hell with
Oh
it.
yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah.
I don't know what forces it'll stand a lot of force
Yeah.
because of the design. When you put pressure on this side, it's got pressure on the other side
it
too.
go this way.
See?
Mm.
But down there at Moore, Oklahoma, well, they had that much left.
No.
No.
He had
Yeah.
a guy filming the hurricane from his basement. He was down in one of those, I don't know, cellars where the doors come up, and he had tied the door, and he was filming, and it showed the wind coming and just throwing debris, and then all of a sudden it just picked up a house and
You guys don't need my computer for anything, right?
uh-uh.
Okay, I'm just shut down then.
No.
And so it was just unreal, and it was like it just left the foundation. But then they had a girl yesterday that was on TV. She was in labor when the tornado was coming, so they wheeled her.
Into a room in the hospital
Yeah.
that didn't get blown away.
Yeah, when she opened her eyes, she could see the freeway. Like, whoa. That was.
If you was looking for excitement, that'd been a place to be. Now, I lived in Flint when that big one went through there in about 1955, 4, somewhere in there. And Anderson Tank used to build septic tanks out of steel. And I see them popped out of the ground, sitting on top of the ground.
Oh, really? What would the steel? How would that be? What would force that up?
If you suck hard enough, you're going to get the dirt off the top.
Yes.
I guess.
I guess.
They had to be newly installed, you know.
Loose dirt.
You'd see a newspaper halfway through a tree,
Yeah.
just a sheet of newspaper.
Because it would slice it.
Yeah, and it was in there.
Unreal.
Well, let's see, where am I at here? I want to go to, I've done calibration, we'll go test page. Now here's where I do some, for 3.5 minutes, those 11,300,000 checks of him.
You want to look at it?
On Terry or me?
Huh?
Is that Terry?
On Terry.
Yeah.
You want to see it? Here, I'll get you a chair and you can sit there.
Okay.
You
Now,
want to-
at this point, it has done preliminary.
Here you go.
And let me get paper. I write some things down.
I can sit this way over here.
Oh. Progress bar on the upper right.
What's that?
The progress bar on the upper right with the little blue lines. Just wanna kick
Where's
over.
that? Up here?
Yeah.
A little bit to the right.
Oh, them are subjects you can pick up and
Oh.
herbal companies. But at this point, I use sock number. Suppression, obstruction, and cure is 144. I like them below 50. His
What-
voltage is 88 and 69 for amperage. R52. Could drink more water, but he's not bad. And actually, you'd say he's feeling pretty good today. I don't know about pain in it.
He's
but-
just tired because he doesn't have the pain during the day, Max. It's just at night.
Yep. Okay. DHEA causes circulation to increase in the lower parts of your body.
So tell him to start taking DHEA because I have that.
I would.
Okay, I have that.
Okay.
What-
And the first day, he'll notice he won't have leg pains at night.
Oh, really? How much of a milligram?
I don't know how many milligrams they are.
I don't either. I don't know what mine are. But in the morning I just take it and put it underneath my tongue and wait for it to kind of.
Give it to him at night, because that's when the heart slows up and all
Okay.
that. See.
All right.
You hibernate a few hours.
He would love it if he could find something that.
I think he's got it.
All right.
Where's the last name Lee from?
What's this?
Max? Are you, he wants to know your last name, where you're from.
England.
England? Are you?
Remember Robert E.
Yeah? Robert
White
Lee?
Horse Henry?
Yeah.
And Richard Henry, the guy that wrote the Declaration of Independence?
Are you related to him?
I'm all related to him.
Are you really?
All the smarts got wore off when they got here.
I wouldn't say that, Max. I wouldn't say that.
Okay.
You've done very, very well. His wife, I think when you first started this, it was because of your wife, wasn't it?
Yep. They give her 2 years to live if they treated her, and she'd probably live that long if they didn't.
And so, how did you get started in this anyway? You bought it from somebody?
I see it hooked on to Suzanne Rasmussen.
Mm-hmm.
And I asked if I could watch, and she said, "Get your chair." And I said, "No, I can see enough." So I stood there about 15 minutes, and I said, "This machine has possibilities if a person ever really learns how to run it." So I bought one.
And you just taught yourself.
Mostly. Oh, I went to schools and things.
That's what I did with the Zyto. I mean, I talk to people at conferences and stuff, but it's just by like brute force looking at blood work, and then looking at relations to the reports, and that was the only way to do it.
I tell you,
But that's been how many years now?
since 911.
2001.
Yep.
So she's 2013. She's still living.
I got started in 2004.
Did you?
Mhm.
Well, he was saying, Jordan was saying that he was a size, what, 11? Now you're a 9?
No, I was like a size 12. Now I'm like 11 and a half, 11, just because my tendons tightened up in my feet.
And you didn't have no arches. Now you got arches.
Yeah.
Shrunk his feet up. He said he hasn't been sick since he's had it.
Yeah, that's the plasma. The contact worked retroactively. But the plasma seems to be proactive.
Well, I won't say you can't get sick because they're dumping things in the chemtrails that they want you to get sick.
Well, I know. Yeah, he was recording a bunch of them chemtrails for a while.
Yeah, I do from time to time, and the last time I took pictures, the day after and the week after, it rained every single day. I mean, the last time I took pictures was before it rained for 8 days straight.
How would you account for the birds flying down in Tennessee, down the Mississippi River, die right in flight?
Oh, really?
Or that bunch of fish that died in there?
That could all be scalar waves, though. That wouldn't have to necessarily be chemtrails, but I think the barium helps in the chemtrails helps the scalar stuff work better from the woodpeckers and that.
But they want to reduce the population 5 billion.
Who's they?
Government.
Yeah. Our government?
Yep.
Not only them. Prince Philip said North America would make a nice hunting ground if we got rid of all the people.
Prince Philip?
Queen Elizabeth's husband.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they already got it in Canada.
Mm-hmm.
I tell people, if you think the world's overpopulated, why don't you take a pill and kill yourself? No, I want you to do that, not me.
I'd tell them to take a drive, you know? I mean, there's a lot of places that are just forested, no one's living there. You know?
But down by Lansing, there's a place near Palamo. Those people call us sometimes 5 times a day with blood clots.
Really?
And it's from sarin or mustard gas.
That
And
they're
that's
dumping.
one of the side effects of it.
Well, I was telling him about a month ago? This airplane went up in the air and all of a sudden, all this stuff started coming out of it, and you could see it just going up, 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 up. I was sitting right there in my chair, in my chair, watching it, and then all of a sudden, it just stopped, and then it started coming down. And when it came down, by the time it came down, it went over my house, and it was a great big old huge airplane. And I told Terry, I said, that airplane just dumped a bunch of chemicals. He just said, maybe it was airplane pilot license, flight teaching or whatever. I said, going straight up in the air like that and then turn around and coming down, when he goes, well, maybe they're just teaching them how to
They have to dump fuel sometimes.
And I'm like,
No. We have a lady that lives, we call it across the river over here, that came from Kalamazoo, and she has a friend that works at the airport, and he charges those tanks for whoever is in charge of them. What he should do is dump the stuff in his pickup and go to whoever is sending them to do that and dump it in their yard.
so he charges them a certain amount of money so that they can take it up in the air?
To fill their tanks. See, the pilot don't have to know that's even on there. It'll go off automatically at a certain altitude or a certain latitude or whatever, and then shut back off.
Well, yeah, and like I told my husband, I said, why would it only be like a span for this far if it's coming from way over here to way over here, you know what I mean? Why is it only, well, the air might be colder right there. Well, come on. There's just a lot of people think you're nuts.
Well, some of it's fuel dumping.
Yeah.
And some of it's it's like the least regulated fuel, so it's the dirtiest fuel,
Yeah.
and it's from planes. But sometimes it's definitely an operation. Sometimes,
Yeah.
but just not all the time.
If it's a heat exhaust, it goes away. It follows the plane.
Mm-hmm.
The one that starts here and keeps on going, that's not heat exhaust.
Mm-hmm.
That's something dumped out of the airplane.
Yeah, and it stays there for hours. So,
Okay, we are treating him for bacterias for 12 minutes.
bacteria, what kind?
When this gets out of the way, I'll read the worst one on up to,
The least?
well, the red ones are worse, and then the pink ones, and then the yellow ones, and then the aqua colors.
Oh,
Anything below 100 is better.
okay.
And if
I gotta
you-
get that stuff from you. What is it? GQ37?
G37.
G37. Don't let me forget that.
Do you hook people up directly still to the indigo, or
What's that?
do you hook people directly up to the indigo with a wrist strap
Yeah.
still?
Yeah.
That's what he did with us.
Yeah.
If they send me a picture, I'll send it here.
Any kind of picture, or
I don't care if it's a baby picture.
does it have to be Polaroid, or
No,
And that's how he gets their
can it be
DNA.
digital too?
any picture.
Yeah, any picture. Okay.
Yeah.
Or take a chunk of his hair and cut it off and send that. I've had people do that.
Yeah.
That picture radiates what's happening to you right now when you look at it, even if the picture is 40 years old.
Really? How does it do that?
How do I know? It's like your car. You put it in D, it goes ahead, don't it?
Mm-hmm.
Put it in R, it backs up. What all happens there?
A lot, you know.
A lot, but you don't know exactly, see.
Mm-hmm. Cranks. Gas going through and all kinds of.
Now, what I can do with him, I'll type in muscles, because that's what gives him trouble,
Mm-hmm.
or tendons. I like tendons a little better, because it tells me a little more.
Does it?
And but I got this going for 12 minutes, so
Okay.
it's working its way from here up.
What's Julie doing?
She has a day off today, and one of the things she's doing, she's behind on her schooling, and she's got to go in 2 weeks, I think it is, or 3 weeks, to
Do her finals, exams?
Provo, Utah, to finish her schooling to be a master herbalist.
Oh, really? Oh, I didn't know she was. I was going to show him a bunch of her tinctures. She's got a bunch.
And every fourth Tuesday night down here at this Free Methodist Church,
Mm-hmm.
they have an auditorium there that she usually speaks on herbs.
Oh, does she really? Gosh, every fourth Tuesday of the month?
Yep,
What time?
6:30.
6:30? I want to get into them. Okay, now.
Making any of your own hydrosols or essential oils or that with the distillers and
We are distributors for Young Living Essential Oils. We're distributors for Eagle Research for this.
yeah.
We're distributors for these taser lasers, I call them.
You don't make anything here though, right?
Yeah, we do.
Oh.
We make para. We make that G37.
Uh Oh, Miracle Soap. It's great.
Yeah, that's good stuff. I learned from it here.
Right after Katrina hit, they did some testing on that, and they were saying that there was all kinds of impurities and molds and
Sure.
from the disaster. But yeah, that's.
I don't know if you were familiar with James Overman or not, were you?
Oh no.
Okay, he ran a big herbal company, and
Is that spelled UBER or?
no, they're what's on them little bottles right under your nose there? No,
These right here?
no, up. It's
Right
either-
on here?
yeah, what's it?
Rings, Skill, Norm, licorice, chicory.
Yeah, but who's the
Precision Herbs.
Precision Herbs out of Kilgore, Ohio. And the owner of that company was James Overman.
It doesn't say what they're for, but
Well, it does.
Oh, Limex.
Yeah.
That's for lime. Durr.
there's LEGC, Dis Plus.
He gives them sort of odd names.
Yeah. Are these his, they're pills.
Capsules.
Yeah, take 1 and 2 times to repair damaged cartilage and replace
Fungal heal.
worn cartilage. Oh.
Okay, now I will type in tendons for him. Okay. Now this is what it says about these muscles and tendons.
Okay. What's it say?
Read the top ones and then I'll.
This one right here?
Energetics.
That it says SKO formula, skeletal strength, bones, muscles, ligaments, tendons, sunshine,
Yeah,
tool work.
see. Okay, now
Phyto. Where's the phyto part?
Okay, support tissue, organo mixture from muscles, cartilage, ligaments, and tendons.
38.
Glucosamine sulfate, strong tendons and joints,
3066, I guess.
and symphytum, Kilborn, gastric and duodenal ulcers, bowel, colon, intestines, injuries to sinews, tendons, and so
now,
that
now to treat them, I can go here
enhancement.
and go down to stimulate reaction, duplicate. Now, see, I can go down here and just start, or if I think it's a nerve problem, I can do it this way.
Mm-hmm.
And it will tell me how well it is treated.
Okay. You wonder just the rules of fracture complex system, one thing's never repeat cycle too small, plus several things that exercise.
And on the back of this, I usually do the muscle testing for amoebas, bacteria, blood clots.
This is a xylochew.
Blood
That's what it is.
Does he?
Blood mix cleansing, no. Cranial bone beta testing, no.
Germanium.
Prevactine bar,
29 bucks?
for blood liver for follicle funguses. Got some funguses.
He's been in his sister's house, she got black mold.
That's bad.
We're trying to get rid of it, you know. They had that flooding, you know, when all that rain came down. She bought a house last year, and
Is this John? Yes, Max.
Yeah, it's supposed to be false comma unicorn.
We probably used that taser laser on her. Well, she's got one anyway.
Oh, it is coil wrapped. That's pretty cool. Pretty sloppy.
No, we done some shopping. Yes, we bought one, used it a while. A Catholic priest in South America took from the Indians a cancer remedy. It was aloe vera, honey, and whiskey.
aloe vera, honey, and whiskey, equal parts.
And no, it's in the book.
Oh.
I've got the book. And I said, John, that's all well and good, but these new cancers aren't the same frequencies. So he come up and got some of our magic water, you know, and he's been treating people with cancer, and he calls it his aloe vera cancer treatment, but the secret is he's using my water to do it.
Is he having good results?
Yes.
Is he really?
Yes.
That's why I said I'd never have chemo. Never.
There's Danhoff in Texas, and he makes the best aloe vera and tests all the other companies for their aloe vera purity. And the guy never has to advertise.
Hmm.
And Manatech was out of Texas too.
I
think.
don't use
Yeah.
aloe vera,
You don't?
but
But it's
there's nothing wrong with it. I wouldn't say it's no good because I know better.
Mm-hmm.
But if I'm looking for something that's got the frequency I need and it's aloe vera, I'm going to use it.
Oh, yeah.
well, I mean, you could be a couple numbers off if they're proprietary, but what is the
If
frequency?
you're a couple numbers off, you've like shooting for the moon. You
Well, I
missed-
know, but I'm saying for the sake of if these are private rates for you, like what range are you looking at for like the mortal oscillatory resonance for cancer?
The lowest frequency is 362 that I've found.
1,000 or
362.
just
Blah blah blah.
hertz?
No megs. millas.
Okay.
But the highest number we have is 980,000,
Hmm.
almost a million. See,
Yeah. That sounds like a Hilda Clark rate.
well, how
So why you find why is okay? So I thought all cancers were alike,
they aren't?
except they're just different in different areas. You know. So why is the frequency so different? Because of the volume of the size of the.
Not the size of them. It's the
Density?
type. It is.
The type.
Yeah.
But I thought they were all.
They're all funguses.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what about Rice's work, where he absolutely proved in his case it was a virus?
No, he didn't prove it was a virus. He said whenever, I've got a book on him, by the way, whenever the cancer dies, there's a BX bacteria.
Not virus.
That regenerates after that, or something, or is it just?
If I kill a parasite, a worm-type parasite in you,
Uh-huh.
I'm going to give you a bacteria. When I kill that bacteria, I'm going to give you a virus. When I kill the virus, I get a little card saying get out of jail free.
So you got to go through that whole.
If you don't work with the whole thing, you're going to give them something else, see?
I see what you're saying.
He filtered it down to where it could be nothing but a virus, and then he would give this thing that could be nothing but a virus, because that's how small the filters were, back into other mice, and they grew tumors out of the
Back
virus.
when he was working with him, cancers then were either 362 or 363.
Yeah,
That was all.
I agree with there's different cancers now, definitely, but I was just saying in his case specifically, it absolutely was a virus.
But I read an article the other day that said that cancer is caused by starts with an F something.
And look
By
at
parasite.
HPV was, that's viral related, and it causes ovarian cancer, right? And they link that up, and
Yeah. But that's what they're trying to say. Nancy's was from HPV. That was,
Genital warts is guaranteed to turn to cancer.
yeah, and warts are a virus.
Mm,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Yeah.
But there's more to it than just.
But what
Virus.
I'm saying though is that even if it was caused by a parasite, okay, what you're saying is you can kill the parasite, but then you're turning around and you're creating a bacteria in there because you've killed the parasite. Now the parasite's gonna
He's dead.
he's dead, but he's gonna cause a bacteria because he's dead now.
If you kill a cow and lay it out in your yard, it's all right.
It's gonna
but in a
deteriorate.
few days, he's going to stink.
So, but what about their feces and everything that they excrete while they're inside of you? Isn't that a bacteria?
It can be. Some of those parasites, they live on you, but they excrete a butyl alcohol.
And that's what something was saying, was that alcohol is one of the main subjects that can inhibit your cancer.
Candida produces alcohol a lot of the time,
If you drink too much, you'll get cirrhosis of the liver, which is cancer.
Okay.
Now, you don't have to drink alcohol to get alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
Eat something that's made of grain
Oh.
and with a little sugar.
Grain yeast.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is this
Okay.
Michael?
All right. Then that makes
This-
sense.
This is Max.
Yeah, it's like everyone's body's just making mash all the time.
Yeah. Well, now it's like, so then anyone's susceptible now, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I'm coming. Interesting.
I want to pick out some.
I've never read it. I've never read
It
it
talks
before.
about roots and herbs in there,
Are there
roots and
really?
plants.
In the Book of Mormon?
Mm-hmm.
Geez, I didn't get that far. All the Mormons I've met are real nice people.
Well,
They're
it
rich.
says in this book, a man saved shall have one wife and concubines none. Does that sound like nice people?
Concubines none. Yeah.
Well, look what they had.
Mm-hmm.
Old Brigham had 19 wives and 67 children,
Yeah.
It says you have one what is it? One wife and how many?
none concubines.
Oh, so they went against their faith.
Right.
They didn't have that faith,
Yeah.
but their book does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They just,
Made yeah. Yeah.
I don't even know why they gave it away like they did. Okay, I want to go to
24. You're next.
Up to $60. One book, and then the other book is. So we got 5 at $12. That's 60, and then this one was 10, so it's 70.
I tell people, if you find what you want in a book, buy it.
Yeah.
Because when North Korea explodes a high altitude atomic bomb, these things are going to work anymore.
Oh yeah, that's true. Never thought about that. Well, you know, it's like
Make as much colloidal silver as you can.
yeah.
You can... Okay.
Do you want this? You want this Federal Reserve note or?
Yeah, they're okay. Is the price right?
Yeah, because these are all 12, right?
Okay.
And we got 5 of them,
Okay.
so that's
60.
60, and this is 10 and $9.95, so you can keep 5 cents, right?
Yeah. I never figured it out why of course the Utah Mormons left the Church of Christ in 1841 when Smith was killed.
And that's what you are, Church of Christ, right?
Yeah.
Now, do you believe in music?
Yeah.
Not, well, you know, I went to a girl that was.
There's 16 different denominations of the Church of Christ.
Well, I had a friend that was.
Max, it's for you.
Got it. Hello. Hello. Blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
Hello. Hi, Leona.
Puts that remedy in there for a while.
I've never read a Book of Mormon.
Yeah, I see that. You called on the cell phone, and I don't hear that.
Can't
You
say you
wanna
like
call
them or
me at
don't
1
like
in the
them without
morning,
knowing them, you know?
You call me
Can't
on
say you
the
like them or
regular
don't like them
phone,
without knowing them.
Yeah, that's true.
and then I can
Yeah. I've never.
answer it. Well, you had some blood. Are you feeling pretty good now?
Never read there.
Yes.
All right. Okay. Thank you, man.
We buy those books by the case. That kind of,
Yeah.
yeah.
Thanks, Bruce. Nice to meet you.
Well, I don't know if I enlightened you very much, but
Oh, that helps.
I don't care. We listen to seminars, what do they call webinars,
Yeah.
and every so often there's something in there that I wanted to know, and they told it to me. You know,
Well, you take care of yourself, and I hope
Yeah.
your wife gets better.
so do I.
You know. quite a theory to me on this, you know, but I'm gonna take one of your books. I've never read it.
You get one too?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've never read a Mormon book. I don't know anything about it.
It's from in the book of Genesis, when Jacob was giving the patriotic blessings to his children.
Mm-hmm.
He said, Joseph is a fruitful bough by the well, whose branches run over the wall. And the wall in those days was the oceans. They didn't have compasses and things. But if you, in your reading, you'll find
How long ago didn't they have compasses?
600 BC.
Oh, they had compasses back then.
Who had one?
The lodestones, those things go back to like 12,000 BC.
Yes, but they wasn't using them as a compass. But God made them what they called a Liahana, which when we interpret it, a compass. But it's more like a compass with a laptop in it.
The North
Every day it wrote in there the way they should go and what they should do.
Hmm.
Every day God wrote in there for them.
Mm-hmm.
And then they got stuff and it quit working. Nephi's bow busted. And they nearly starved to death before they got down and began talking to God again.
So weird.
So you got to remember, the tribe of Joseph is our American Indians.
Uh-huh.
No.
Is that the tribe of Joseph?
Yeah.
Okay.
No. Hago was one of those that built ships, and he sailed north. And they didn't know where he went, and he'd come back and pick up more people, and one day he'd come back, and when he left, he never come back. And guess Tom Manley's brother worked on that for years. He said the Pacific Rim people are our American Indians.
Mm.
You know, the Samoans and Koreans and the Inuit stuff, and
So why are we all different? Why do we all look different then? You know.
they don't. You take a Korean and American Indian, and you can't tell
Yeah, they
them
don't
look different?
look too much different.
Mm.
I sure can't tell a difference between Japanese and American Indian.
You know your children.
Pure blood. Pure Japanese, pure Korean.
Well, you take care, huh?
I'm glad we could
Oh,
get together.
yeah. Are you gonna finish running him for me?
Yep.
Okay. And then I'll tell him that. So with Nancy with cancer, just give her this G37, and then it'll help her right out, huh?
I'm not going to say it's going to cure the disease.
Because she's
It
in
will
chemo.
the disease, but it won't. Might not save her from chemo.
Yeah.
I've had people that it killed the disease, and then they got back into chemo and just died.
I took her 2 weeks ago up to chemo. She had double chemo. And I couldn't believe the amount of people that were up there. And, you know, one guy was up there, he's been back his 5th time.
Now, there's a African lady that comes here, and she's bought a computer, not like these, but it does the same thing, a different name. And she, when I first see her, she had gone to chemo 2 years before I see her, and she was done with chemo, and she said, I think you can help me. So I put her on, and I said, yes, but you've got a liver cancer. I didn't tell her that first, but when she was all done. And I put her on the computer, and at that time, I was using what I think I just called Berry Hill, because all we had was 2 different frequencies of cancer. And when I told her that I could help her, she started to cry, and I said, well, you don't need to cry. You're going to get better. She said, oh, I'm just thinking about when I took chemo. All those people that I took chemo with died.
Oh my.
All of them.
Yeah, we don't even hardly talk about it around our house. I mean, Terry is, he's just totally obsessed, you know, and I mean, we've had the ministers praying over all the elders and everything, you know, and, you know, we keep everything positive, you know, we always, you know, I've got, you know, of course, you know, with me, with my organics and stuff like that, you don't happen to have a recipe for Ezekiel bread, do you?
I could find it. I won't be very
Go online.
Well, I have. I made one. I made 3 batches the other day, and all 3 of them flubbed. I mean, it's like really hard to make, and it's like the first batch was really soupy. It came out just like soup. The second batch, because the first batch I soaked the beans. The second batch I just grounded them, and then I put them in, and it came out like cake. And so I baked it, and it just started spilling all over my oven. The third batch I made was a total different recipe, and it didn't even raise. It was like, I mean, I could have dropped it, and it probably would have put a hole in the ground. You know.
We have a book here from the guy out of Texas. It's Cooking Your Way to Good Health. Doug Kaufman.
Doug Kaufman. I'll go online and see if I can find him.
You can. It's Know the Cause.
Know the cost.
Just type in knowthecause.com and bing.
Know the cause. All right. So anyway, she's gone all organic, and I told her she said she needed. They said that she needed Ezekiel bread. So I said, well, I'll make some.
You know what Doug Kaufman says?
What?
Don't eat any grain. Grain feeds cancer.
Well, and see, they told her she can't have no meat because of the hormones. And they told her she had to go all completely organic. And Ezekiel bread was the only bread that she could have.
Yeah.
But I thought, well, that's made out of wheat, and that's from, you know, of course, organic. You probably.
Now, it isn't just organic wheat; it's sprouted wheat.
Yeah, and see, and I don't have sprouted wheat. You can't find sprouted wheat, you know. Every time I went to a store, I mean.
You could make it, you know.
You can.
Yes, get you some wheat, and get some paper towels. Get a pan.
Uh-huh.
And put
The wheat on it?
the wheat on it or under it. I don't know which, but it's one or the other. And it'll sprout. And that's it.
Oh, and that's all I got to do is just let it start to sprout.
Then you got to grind it after that.
Yeah. All right. Because it was red wheat something, and so I got that, and I got that in the organic form, and then I grounded that up. Then I had to have spelt flour or rye. I had that. And then I had to have mullet. And then I had to have navy beans, pinto beans, red beans, and kidney beans.
God, that's chili base.
I know.
That's a chili base.
Yeah, and that's what it basically tastes like, you know, but it was...
A little beef and some
yeah, I know, cornbread.
jalapenos.
All right, Mac.
My wife used to sprout.
We gotta stop talking about food.
Your wife what? Did she?
And then we, you know, when it would grow, and then you, when it got about that high, then you took and ground that and took the juice off from it.
And it's good for what?
It's wheatgrass.
Oh, wheatgrass.
It's chlorophyll. And
Yeah.
all
Yeah.
the greens that you rich in that chlorophyll.
Yeah. Well, thanks, Mac.
You can sprout it.
I'm gonna try.
Just damp these and maybe 2 days. It'll have a little.
We'll put a sprout onto it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try it. I said I'm not gonna give up. I said I'll find a recipe that'll work. All right, man. See ya. Thanks.
Yeah. Why is he giving away Mormon books then?
I don't know. That's why I was trying to figure out, because I know he's Church of Christ. And so that's why I said, why? What's happening? What are they doing? Because I thought, you know...
Well, all this is Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
Oh.
So you could say Church of Christ.
Yeah,
I mean, because they're...
Well, maybe that's it. Because he used to preach here. I don't know if he's still even use this anymore or not. He's a pastor, too. So... There's a lot of things.
Yeah, he is. Except for knowing anything about Rife. I mean...
I don't know nothing about Rife. I got a book on him, but I haven't read that. I've read maybe about that much of it, but I haven't read it.
Yeah, the book might be correct, might not be correct. There's a lot of people doing work on it. I know some things are kind of up in the air, and then there's a lot of positive things, and there's a lot of outright lies too. Like, people think that Rife cured cancer, that no one did it after. That couldn't be farther from the truth.
Well, I know. I just know he thought that he was trying to find a cure for cancer, and they stole all of his equipment.
I mean, that's not really. It didn't happen. They took 2 of his microscopes. He had 3, and one of them's still around. And
That's what I
very, very sure Pulse Tech owns it. And
because, you know, he did have something, and then he tried to start it. Well, was it? And then he died, and then somebody else picked up his research.
Crane was his assistant,
Yeah.
and he brought him to the direct contact devices with square wave generators, and they cured like 35,000 cases of cancer in Mexico. Yeah, Rife died an alcoholic. I don't blame him. You put together something like that, these doctors in California give you a banquet called the End of All Diseases. That lady with the PFG, and she had stage 4. She's already lived 1 year longer than she's supposed to. And she's finally putting on weight too. Thickest head of hair you've ever seen, but she never qualified for the chemo too, which is good.
See, and that's my biggest thing was with Nancy. Nancy won't accept anything, you know, like coming to anybody. She won't, you know, she thinks that these gynecologists, well, they call them OB/GYN gynecologists, that they're the specialists of the ovarian cancer, and so she believes that they, you know what they're doing, you know, and it's like, oh my gracious, you know, and so I said, you know, Nancy, you know, if you've been doing what they've been telling you to
This is
do,
where they get, that's the icebound now.
yeah, right there. That's a great big old controversial thing right there, you know.
Can we go back and see that?
Yeah, you want to go see it?
Yeah. Absolutely.
And apparently cancer if you were living so, you know, healthy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you still ended up with stage 3, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a very, very